Hello, I'm Lucy Hunter. Welcome to this Pilates class. You don't have to be super fit or young to do this. Each of the exercises are graded, so you have different levels. So if you stick with your own level, you'll be absolutely fine. Enjoy the class. So hello and good morning. So this morning we're going to be doing a Pilates class. And we need a thick blanket, which we're going to roll up. So we'll just do that now in case you haven't done it. So you have it ready. You want to have a good sized blanket. And then when you roll it up into a tight ball, it's wider than your hips. So we'll put that aside for the moment. And we're also going to use our weights. I just use 1K weights, but if you want to have more weights, you're very welcome. If you feel that you're stronger and you feel that you want that challenge. So we're just going to do a little warm up from the floor. When you're sitting, just make sure you're comfortable. So it could be that you need to get yourself much higher when you're sitting on a little low stool, you can do a little footstool or a small chair or just a cushion. So you want to try and ideally have your knees lower than your hips. If you can manage that, that will help you to relax your knees and open them. So let's just start off with the hands on the floor. We're thinking about sitting up nice and straight with the spine stacked, crown of the head reaching to the ceiling, our shoulders relaxing down away from the ears, the sit bones nicely settled on the floor and slightly pushing down into the floor, which gives us that little projection upwards. We're going to inhale, bring the shoulders up to the ears and exhale down. Inhale up to the ears, squeeze into the ears and down. Squeeze and down. And down. Lovely. Now we'll take that into a rotation. Circling. You might feel some little clunking going on. That's all to the good. Lovely. And then we'll change the direction of that circle. So let's get our breathing going. We're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. One more. Lovely. And then finish with the back and down, letting our arms relax. So right hand on the floor, bring your left arm up, stretch the arm as much as you can. Begin to bring it over to the right. Keep lengthening, that's nice. Keep lengthening through the arm and then you can slide more. Let your right hand bend to get more stretch through that left side. And then just a little rotation to look underneath the armpits. Keep the breath going and then coming back. Lovely. Left hand on the floor, floating up with the right hand. Now just really rotate that arm so the inner arm's coming towards your ear. First of all, stretch up, get that extra length, and then we're starting to lean over, stretch over to the left. Keep your right knee down as you do that, so watch that your knee's not lifting up. And then if you feel fine with that, you can just start to bend that elbow bend your left elbow to get you lower, and then a little rotation to look underneath the armpit and then keep stretching through the fingers, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and inhale to come back. Let's do that one more time on each side. So we're stretching up on the left, with the left arm reaching down to the right. Another thing you can do is just slide your hand away, which gets your body slightly lower so you get more stretch. And then rotate to look underneath the armpit. Keep your left knee down. Stretch and turn and release. Right arm up, reaching for the ceiling. You can slide that left hand away if you want, or you can just bend your elbow. Keep a nice straight arm feel that stretch along the front body and then rotate it. And then inhale to come up. Great. Okay, so let's just take the hands, clasp them behind the back, squeeze the shoulders together. Now, if you find that if you try and do that, your shoulders are hunched up, then you can use your belt and just hold your belt. So if you can clasp your hands, clasp them, and then we'll just hinge forward. Now, as you do, send the crown of the head up to the ceiling as well as forward, so that you're not collapsing in the spine, keeping the chest open and the hinges coming from the tops of the legs. That's lovely, Rico. Yep, beautiful. Hold. Keep sending the hands back behind you. Squeeze your shoulders together. Hold. Lovely. Now, keep in that position, but release your arms and then take a breath in. As you exhale, see if you can take the arms over the head. Shoulders down away from the ears. So you're going to have to use your core muscles to maintain that. Breathing. Breathing. Lovely. And release. Yeah, keep the shoulders down more. Okay, now we'll take our weights, one in each hand. So if you don't have actual weights, you can use tins of beans, preferably the same tin, so you've got 8 equal weights. Right, so let's start off, just have the weights in the hands and the elbows in towards the waist. But before you do that, really roll the shoulders back and down and then bring your elbows into the waist. Just holding the weights, lifting up to the ceiling, take the back waist back. And then as we exhale, just going to, first of all, just stretch out that right arm. Now you don't need to straighten it completely. And back. And left arm. And back. See if you can really concentrate on moving from the core. So keep the elbows squeezed in, keep the sit bones projecting. So we're swapping arms. Keep the crown of the head lifting up to the ceiling, left arm. Yeah, Kirsten, I feel like you're just kind of going like that. I want you to move from the core. So it's very different. You have to really think about your sit bones down, the crown of the head up. So when you do that movement, you feel like you're activating here. So it actually becomes quite, it's not that easy. It's not like, I mean, I can do that, but that's not what I'm asking you to do. It's that movement, which is coming from the core. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Good. Okay. Now let's start off with both elbows in, open the chest. Sit bones down, crown of the head up, shoulders down. Exhale, we'll do both arms together. Now, as you do that, you should feel that you need to pull up the pelvic floor in order to be able to do that. Keep the shoulders down. Exhale. Inhale back. Exhale. Lengthen up. Crown of the head higher. As you move, bring the crown of the head higher. So you're thinking about it's almost like a bellows movement in the belly. As you exhale, you get a scoop and hollow. Let's do 2 more. One. Shoulders down, 2. Good. And release. Great. Okay. Right. Bringing right arm up. So what we'll do is that you've got holding your belt, and then you're going to turn your arm so that your palm's now facing forward, and then lift your elbow up. So your elbow's in line with the shoulder. Now, as you do that, keep both shoulders down, and then exhale. We're just going to lift up and down. So again, we're moving from the core. That's it, Victoria. Move from the core. So put your hand on your lower tummy, and you should absolutely feel how your lower tummy draws in and up. You have to really set your sit bones down to the floor, and it could be that you need to get up onto a cushion in order to be able to activate your sit bones. Exhale, concentrate, forget about everybody, Vico. Concentrate, exhale. So this is your start position, elbow at the same height as the shoulder, and then exhale up, just down to the shoulder, exhale up, 2 more, 1, 1, 2, 2, and release. So you should really feel that, yeah? Good. Okay, so take the left hand, take our weight in the left hand, bring that shoulder in line with bring the elbow in line with the shoulder. Make sure you're absolutely straight. Rotate your elbow, open your elbow so your palm faces forward. This is our start position. Exhale, up. Keep the shoulders down. Bring your other hand on your belly, on your lower belly. Just ignore everyone. You've got lots of adults there, Vico. You don't have to be in charge. No, apparently you do. Okay, exhale. Shoulders down. Draw your belly in and up. So put your hand on your belly. Lower, a bit lower, and notice as you exhale to stretch up, your belly comes in and up. In and up. In and up. Really activate the belly. Shoulders down away from the ears. 2 more. 1, 1, 2, 2, and release. Right, we'll do both arms together. Have a little rest. So we're take our weights, rotate, bring the elbows in towards your waist. Then lift your elbows and open your shoulders. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades together, palms are facing forward. Now don't let your shoulders come up because you'll lose the pose. Don't collapse because you won't get any benefit. You've got to be incredibly straight. Really project your sit bones down and feel that lift up. Shoulders down, back of the waist back, so you're not hollowing. Take a breath in. Exhale, and we're lifting. Keep the shoulders down. Inhale, back to start position. Exhale, lift, and back to start. Lift, back. Feel that tummy drawing in and up. Exhale. Keep these shoulders down. It doesn't matter if you don't have your arms all the way straight. It's more important that you don't let your shoulders ride up. Think about your pelvic basin. Can you feel that squeezing in and up? 2 more. 1, 1, 2, 2. Good. And release. Great. So if you do that properly, you feel that. Yeah. Lovely. Right. Okay. So from there, we'll head straight down onto our tummy. So this is where we're going to need our rolled blanket. So if you put your blanket 3/4 down your mat, well, maybe halfway down the mat. I don't know, depends how long you are. And then I'm going to lay on this, so the blanket just comes at the top of my legs. And then we'll stretch our arms out on the floor in front of us and have your legs a little bit apart if you like, and you're going to rest the tops of your feet on the floor. So if you find that really hard to do and you can't really get that stretch in the feet, you can also put a cushion under your feet so that they've got something to relax onto. Okay, we all sorted? Right, so from there, stretch your arms as far away as you can and just look forward. Work your hands along the floor so you get really long arms. And then work your toes down away from you so you get long legs. Just holding that stretch, breathing, looking down. In through the nose, out through the nose. Lovely. Now take your feet a little bit apart and your hands a little bit apart. So we're making a star shape, and you can walk your hands slightly in toward your body. Take a breath in, and as we exhale, we're going to stretch the left leg and right arm, and just see if you can raise up the body and hold, and then inhale, come down, exhale, change side. So we're lifting the right leg, left hand, and down. So just keep that going. And I would like you to imagine that you've got a door just above your body. So as you kick your heel up, you also want to have your hand, the back of your hand, the same height. So don't just get the heel up really high, but also get your upper body high. So Victoria, if you just slide your hands further closer to your body a little bit before you start. Yeah. Okay. And don't use momentum. I think you need your roll slightly higher, slightly closer to your tummy, Kirsten. Okay, so keep going. Exhale up. So don't forget to lift the back of the hand as high as the heel, and down, changing side. And so 2 more on each side. 1, 2, 2. Great, and then just have a little rest. You can let your head go to one side. Lovely. Okay, right, from there, we're going to just fold our arms in front of us. So we're being supported by the forearms, so the head is lifted up slightly. And then we're going to keep the shoulders away from the ears. We're going to just lift the left leg, bend the knee, so the toe points up to the ceiling, and then exhale, see if you can lift a little bit higher. Hold and down. Straighten. Change leg, bend the knee and lift a little bit higher. And down. Change leg. So we're going to bend the knee and lift. And hold and down. Bend the knee, lift and hold and down. So just keep that going. So as you do that lift, make sure that the opposite hip doesn't lift. You're not moving from side to side. Both hips stay on your mat, on your roll blanket. Great. Okay, and release. Now, if you find that quite hard to manage, just carry on like that. But otherwise, you're going to bend both knees, lift both knees higher, so your toes are reaching for the ceiling, and then we're just going to take turns lifting one foot higher than the other, but keep both knees off the floor as you do that. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Let's go to 10, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, and release. Okay, good. Lovely. And then just have a wee rest for a moment. Okay, so we're going to make sure now that our feet, the front of our feet are resting onto the floor. And as I say, if that's not happening for you, you can just put a cushion under your feet so that when you have your foot there, it's got something to relax down onto. Okay, and then stretch your arms again. Have your feet slightly apart. And then we're going to slide the hands forward. And as we do, see if you can lift the chest off the floor. So then we've got our forearms on the floor. We've got our elbows underneath our shoulders. And we're opening the chest, relaxing the feet, taking a breath in. We're going to press down with the hands and just see if you can come up a little bit more, looking forward. So we're squeezing the shoulders together. Yeah, have the elbows maybe slightly out to the side to stop you from hunching the shoulders. Kirsten, just have the elbows slightly out so you're really opening the chest. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And then coming down, releasing. Yeah. It's really important when you do that you don't do it in a hunchy way. So this is what I'd call a hunchy way, when the shoulders are up to the ears. So we'll start again. If you find that easy, just bring your elbows a little bit closer towards your body, under your shoulders, maybe even slightly further in. And really use the forearms, use the hands, relax the feet. Take a breath in as you exhale. Push the hands down and slightly pushing the hands away. See if you can lift up. Don't be in a rush. Open the chest. And then you can let your elbows move out to the side slightly to make sure you keep your chest open, keep your shoulders down, and then you can bring your elbows in so that the eye of the elbow is pointing towards your hands. Breathing. Just relax the buttocks if you can, and relax the feet. Nice, that's lovely, Ruth, beautiful. Okay, lovely. And then coming down to the forearms. Right, okay, so if you find that quite easy and you think you'd like to go a little bit higher, then you can slide your hands now towards you, underneath your shoulders. And then pushing the hands in. First of all, let's have the elbows going out to the side. Get our lift. Keep the feet relaxed, and then rotate your elbows going back behind you. Bend the elbows out to the side. Now rotate your elbows so they're back behind you, Vico. No, bend your elbows. And if you just watch me for a moment, so just take the elbows, actively move your elbows. Don't rotate your elbows, actually, your whole arms. So, okay, yeah, because you've got hyperextension there. So bend your elbows so they're pointing out to the side. Now, without rotating anything in your joint, just turn your elbows to point behind you. No, keep your bend. Bend your elbows. Now make them point behind you. Don't change the angle. Make your elbows point behind you. Yeah, if you just watch me. Yeah, this is quite a characteristic thing. I'll show you this way. If you're hyperextending in your shoulders, it's easy to do. So if I can show you this way. So when you're coming up, just a good way to make sure that you're not hyperextending is to bend your elbows so the elbow is pointing out to the side, and then come up as you can, and we're opening the chest. Then what I'm asking you to do is just fold your elbows in toward your body, so I'm not changing the angle. And as you do that, you're having to work in the upper body more. Can you go sideways, Vico, so I can see what you're doing? That's nice, Ruth. Yeah, lovely. So then when you get that rotation of the elbow goes back, you want the eye of the elbow to be pointing forward. Yeah, lovely. And then have a rest if you need. Okay. Yeah, but keep the elbow slightly bent, Vico. And then just get the elbow. Yeah, no, because you're straightening it as you're turning. So you've got your elbows bent wherever they are, then just bring them in. And then if you think about this part of your arm, because it's called the eye of the elbow, you want that pointing forward. Shoulders away from the ears. That's very, very nice, Ruth. And then everyone relax. Yeah, just take a nice rest. So one of the things about Pilates is to do with isolating groups of muscles. So in that one, what we were doing is we were trying to not to use our lower body, not to use our buttocks, which are strong muscles. So we were just trying to use the upper body, and that way you can balance out any weakness or stiffness in the upper body. Right, let's just do a pose of the child. So we're sitting on the heels. Let yourself come forward and have a little relax. You can use something to lift your head up if that helps your spine to be more able to soften. If you feel quite comfortable with your head on the floor, then by all means you can do that. Lovely. And then we're going to come up and we're going to go on to our back now. So we're going into what we call our setup position, which is with your feet on the floor, hip distance, and your knees pointing up to the ceiling. Now it could be that you'll need to put something under your head so you can get a nice tuck with the shoulders. And that you can have space to move your ears, your shoulders and ears away from each other. Okay. Now, I should have said before, but just check that you've got space around you to make circles. So we're going to just start making circles with the arms. And then taking the right ankle in front of the left knee, we're going to come up and count 1, 2, 3. And if you want to, you can carry on and go up to 5, 4, 5, coming down. Change the direction of the arm circles. Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Keep the circles going. Swap legs. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. Change the direction of our circles. Keep our shoulders away from the ears. Breathing. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. Okay, and then if you find that easy, well, put it another way. If you want to just repeat that, then go back to the first side. But if you want to go up a level, then bring your legs. Yeah, can you maintain your scoop there, Vico? If you can keep your belly scooping, and then we're going to do your circles and then come up. Yeah, I think you should keep one foot on the floor, Vico. Yeah. And then if you find that really easy, you can have straight legs to do that. 4, 5, change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, and then one leg down. If you were doing one leg, swap your leg. And then coming up, if you come up, go 5 in one direction, 5 in the other. Try and lift the shoulders off the floor more, Vico. So we want to roll the shoulders up. Those of you that can do straight legs can do another 5 in each direction. Lift the shoulders off the floor. Don't think about lifting the head, think about lifting the shoulders. Lovely. And release. Nice, okay. And then just stretch the arms, stretch the legs. Now, as you stretch as much as you can, notice that your belly, you start to activate your core muscles because your belly draws in and up. See if you can really feel that. By stretching, you can use one hand to push the other one away. Because we want to keep that length in the body as we roll onto one side. And we want to get that bottom hand, which is the left hand in my case, and take the palm of the hand on the floor so your whole arm is in a line, a straight line. Now, if that's not possible for you, then just bring your hand forward, and then you'll need to use a cushion or something to support your ear. Now, from there, you're going to take your feet forward and look down so you can see your toes. And that stops you from doing what we call the banana pose, because if you put your heels back, you get a pinch in the lower back because you're hollowing the back. So you want to make sure that you're hinging from the tops of the legs. You can see your feet. And now the next important thing is you've got to lift that lower waist. You can just see there's a gap there. And then as you exhale, we're going to lift up and inhale down. Lift up and down. So we can use that bottom leg to support us, or if we feel ready for it, we can just float the bottom leg. Just leave that bottom leg floating midair and just use that top leg to lift up. If you need to, you can have a finger on the floor for balance. Good, look, so keep that going, but if you want to add to it, you can start doing little circles. Keep that waist lifting. Vic, I'm not noticing, I think you need to bring your feet forward a bit more. Bring your toes forward. So you're hinging more at the top of your leg. Change the direction of your circles. You don't have to do circles, that's a step up. So if you find it, you're challenged enough with lovely straight legs, just stay with that level. Good, and then release. Lovely, and then we'll just bend our knees. Okay, so from there we're taking some height, cushions or a block or anything that you've got there. And just bring that front knee now forward, bending the front knee. And just make sure you've got your foot away from your leg because we're going to stretch out that leg. And again, watch it, don't let that back leg wander back, keep it forward. So if you were able to see through your bent leg, you would still be able to see your toes. We're lifting that lower waist and off we go. Stretch and lower. So all the time we're lifting, we're keeping that lower waist off the floor. We're keeping our shoulders away from the ears. Now, if you need to just collapse it all, then have a rest. You wait for the inhalation. So the inhale is to prepare. Exhale is to lift with your scoop, belly scooped, and then down. If you need to have a rest. And then when you're ready, scoop and hollow. Exhale, lift and down. So you can do it like that, having a rest. When you're ready, take a breath in, exhale, lift. Inhale, just let it all collapse. But if you're fine and you're doing okay, then off you go. You can start doing circles. Keep that lower waist lifting. Now don't let your belly sag, because if you stick your belly out and you carry on working, you're actually counteracting what you're trying to do. So it's really not worth. If you need to rest, you need to rest, and then wait for your breath. Exhale, scoop and hollow, and then lift again. Those of you circling can change the direction. Feel that on the inner leg there. Lovely. And then release. Great. Okay. So from there, we're going to rotate on to the other side. So it's the same principle. We want a long arm. So in my case, that's the right arm now. If you can get your arm in a line with the rest of your body, then that's great. But if not, bring it forward, but keep your hand pressing on the floor and make sure you've got enough height under you. If you're not able to have your elbow, your ear onto your arm, then you probably need to cushion. Let this move this out away from them. Okay, so we're lifting that lower waist. Bring our feet forward so that there's a little hinge going on at the top of the leg, and we really can lift that lower waist, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Now, you may need, when you start off, you might need to have your hand on the floor in order to do that. You may even need to bend your knee. If you have your knee bent, it does make it more possible as well. That's a good start position. But if you can do it with straight legs, then some of you can lift both legs off the floor. Can you slow that down, Victoria? So you're moving on the exhalation, you're moving back down on the inhalation, you're lifting on the exhalation. Yeah. So Kirsten, don't worry about lifting so high. Just think about lengthening the leg and down. Lengthen and just, yeah, that's better, and down. Lengthen and scoop and hollow. Keep that going. Those of you that want to go up the next level can do little circles with the leg. So you just keep going with that. That's it, Kirsten. That's the way. Good. Scoop and hollow. Don't worry about circles, Kirsten. Just keep the lift. Change the direction of your circles. Victoria, can you slow that down, your movement? That's it. Okay, and then release. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little teaching point with that. So in Pilates, it's all about controlled movement. So when we do a lift, it's not about lifting up, it's about floating up. Can you see the difference? So if you kind of use your momentum, you just flip your leg up, but it's about controlled movement. So at any point, if you say, if you would say stop, I can just stop at any point. But when you flick it up, you lose control of your leg and you're not activating the muscles in the same way. So it's a slow up, slow down, everything controlled. Yeah, you were actually doing it nice, Ruth. But okay, so then we're going to bend that top knee. Straighten that back leg. Keep that lower waist lifting and restricting up. Exhale, up and lift. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. So it really feels like a bellows action as your belly comes in and up as you lift, in and up as you lift. Okay, and then we're doing circles. And if that's only if you're able to, so circles is the next stage. Don't go up to that stage if you're still having to really concentrate on the first stage. Just stay with that. Change the direction of your circles. Yeah, that's better, Kirsten. Use your breath. Don't worry about circles, Kirsten. You just go for the lift and the scoop. Activate the belly. 2 more. 1, 2, 2. Good, and relax. Very nice. Okay, and then you can just relax for a moment on your side. Just breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay, lovely. So from there, we're going to go back onto our backs. Now, this is where you'll need a chair, those of you that use a chair. And we're going to bring the right ankle in front of the left knee. Take our right hand through the gap. Just pull that knee towards us. Breathe. Shoulders relax down away from the ears. So if you find that it's not that easy to catch your knee, you can use a belt to put around your leg to pull the belt instead. So just find the nice level for you. Keep your hips balanced, both down on the floor. We're feeling that stretch in the right glute. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then if you'd like to get a little bit more stretch, you can lean slightly over to the left and feel that in the right glute. And then again, softening into that, breathing. And release. Okay, let's change side now. So we're taking left ankle in front of right knee, and the left hand goes through the gap, and we're catching around the right knee this time, and we can use a belt to help us if we need to. Keep the shoulders tucking under. See how much you can relax different parts of your body as you're holding the stretch. So you will feel the stretch in the left glute, but we're working to not tense against that stretch, but rather soften into it. Breathing. Okay, and then we can just lean slightly over to the right if we want to increase that, softening into that extra sensation. Lovely. And then coming back to center. And then keeping the knees towards your chest. We'll take our cushion or blocks, and we're going to just let the knees roll over to the left. Now at the same time, we're turning our shoulder towards the right. So just using this as a really nice relaxation position. Just making any adjustments that you need. You might need to have your knees higher, raised a little bit higher on an extra cushion, or you might want to take your knees further away from your chest or bring them closer into your chest. But what we're looking for is a really nice way to just relax and soften, so all your body releases, and you're getting a nice little torque in your spine. And if you enjoy that movement, you can exaggerate it by using your hand to push down your knees down towards the floor, and then you can also rotate so that that right shoulder is coming more to the floor, looking along your right hand, right arm. Nice, and then release. Okay, lovely. Right, let's take that to the other side. So you need to just pop your blocks and things over to the right now, bringing the knees up, and just let the knees flop over. So use whatever height you need to make this comfortable for you, and then as you're taking your knees over to the right, you're letting your shoulders stay down to the left. Just find a comfortable resting position where you can soften into that stretch. And breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. And if you want to slightly exaggerate that, then using the right hand, just pressing down, allowing the left shoulder to also press down. You're looking down your left hand. Lovely. And then we'll just, from there, we'll just take a few moments to go into a relaxation position. So you can use your blocks under your knees if you like, and just let your knees fall out to the side. Tuck your shoulders under, arms out to the side. Just having something underneath your head if you find that helps your shoulders to roll back and down. So we're letting the feet, the toes fall away from the heels, the knees fall away from each other, the thighs roll slightly away from each other. And you're just bringing the awareness to the breath. So we're not trying to control the breath, but just notice as you breathe in how the belly rises on that inhalation and sinks on the exhalation. Just allowing the feet to really soften. So it's really nice just to have the hands on the lower belly, just to help you get that feeling of the rise and fall of the breath. Soften into that. See how much you can let the weight of the hips descend, base of the spine, sink down. And as you do that, you can feel your legs become really quite light. As you just let their weight, it's like you give the weight of your body more and more to the floor. And you get that lovely feeling of lightness coming. Nice. And then from there, we're just going to get ready to bring our awareness just back to our body, lying on the mat, taking a deep breath. Just start to move our fingers and toes. Stretch the arms and legs. And then just having a good stretch, we're going to roll onto one side. So remember, always roll onto one side before coming up to sitting. And we'll come up to sitting so we can finish together. Just taking the time that you need. As we sit, noticing lovely straight spine, shoulders rolling back and down. Bringing our hands together. Lovely, thank you. So thank you very much for joining in, and please leave me a comment to let me know how you got on, and if you would like to subscribe to my channel and like and share, then that helps to spread the yoga far and wide. Thank you.